So 2 wins out of 3.
All right, we have the same point.
Active. So that's what they are trying to do. Exactly what we said in the keys to victory.
And that's exactly what Dixon needs as well, right? To be able to facilitate that sort of gameplay, that sort of playmaking that Dixon is reliably known for. But it's kind of clear, and it might be easy to counter for the side of Rebellion Zion.
All they need is good positioning, and perhaps that Beatrix with the flicker can add more space, right? Let's see. All 8 members are bringing flicker.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome you into the land of dawn for game number 1. Rebellion Zion against Dewa United for the second time here in leg number 2. Let's take a look at these battle spells as well as the emblem choices, just in case anything stands out before we get into the action.
So far, looking at it, nothing really stands out. It's the Quantum Charge on that Bakshas, the Quantum Charge as well on Linnaeus Fredrin. And yeah, nothing really stands out. Everything is pretty normal. We'll maybe see the little emblems there coming up, but there's a gank attempt.
What? Whoa, 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 flicker from Watt with the smooch. Highs and more, quite low. Flickers out of the way. Watt isn't level 4, so Highs will be able to escape that one.
What an aggressive maneuver, though. My goodness. Using your flicker offensively before the first minute even elapses. And that's what we've come to expect, I guess, from Watt. I'm trying to take a look at the emblems now that we kind of missed earlier. And looking at it, there's nothing really too significant. Everything's pretty normal. And for the Franco, he went for tenacity. So something that we don't usually see a lot. Sometimes we see some more cooldown. But yeah, everything's literally just the standard emblems.
I mean, arguable for Weapon Master Farsa. I think there are certain different variations we would see. Maybe they go for cooldown, maybe even tenacity. But in this case, it looks like Kaze will opt for a little bit more investment into the late game with the Weapon Master choice. But right now, without that level 4, it feels like things are looking a little bit stale. But what's in that mid lane? What's going on there?
Someone was caught here, it seems like. Baksha is in the miss. Half HP before total. That's not a good sign if Rebellion want to contest. Take a look at Sway Low. Caught, not level 4 just yet here. Poked to a quarter of HP. And this is a prime position for Dewa United to take the first neutral objective. Cars, though, will hover around, providing vision here, but it seems like Rebellion Zion has no health or even resources to contest. And Cars even pops the split here just to sustain a little bit more.
They weren't in a position to contest it, right? And it's great to see that kind of discipline coming in from Rebellion Zion. But whoa, what? Talents prediction here by the Samsung Galaxy S23 Series 5G. It shows that Mirko is a lone wolf against everyone else.
A lone wolf.
Mirko versus everybody.
Yeah, we'll see if that works out here, but they definitely have the strategy to try to go for what they have done in MDL. Trio mid control is on point for Dewa.
Indeed. Looking at the situation again, Rebellion Zion here. They lost the first row, but they are leading in gold.
How? That's interesting, right? Because if we take a look at the gold lane, it feels like Watt is not having too much of a bad time either, being able to push that as soon as possible. Is even done pushing in that top lane, going for something here in the mid side. Audi TZ doesn't necessarily get that pick off just yet. And he finally reaches that level 4, so maybe we can expect more aggression from Rebellion Zion here in the first 3 minutes.
Take a look at the rotations already. This might be first blood. More caught. Flickers pops as well. With the crowd control. More. Oh, good cover. But it seems like the torn apart memory will take him down. And first blood will be popped. Shako, still 1 HP. Aggressive flicker feather airstrike. But the range wasn't enough.
That was a very scuffed dive by Dewa, but somehow they managed to salvage a kill. I thought Highs would have been able to outplay that situation with the help of Audi and also the rotation coming in from Sway Low. But man, Kaze, he missed at least like 3 feathered airstrikes because of the displacements that were placed down by Shako and even by Lanaya with a taunt. But Dewa are doing wonders with this trio mid-comp that they have gone for themselves. If this continues, this is going to be very dangerous.
Oh, Cars 1 HP, split pops as well, but Keys will have the passive to take him down. Shako now quite low, trying to soak in damage. Dixon, with the bravest fighter, wasn't able to connect on towards Swaylo. But again, Dewa United, just before the neutral objective pops, he's there and wins the fight. And this is going to be the second neutral objective take. Using a Baksha is not a good sign.
Not yet, not yet. It's not too good here. Dewa United being able to pick up that uncontested. Gonna reach maybe 1,000k gold in just a minute. And it's unfortunate, right? Because we do see that Audi TZ on his signature hero, on the Franco, the hero that has really just opened up the eyes of many people during this season, actually get his hooks down, but there's not enough follow-up, there's not enough burst just yet because, like we see here, Eyes is not available in these team fights just yet, so there's no follow-up to that pickoff.
Not just the follow-up to the pickoff, but also there's just no follow-up for Rebellion Zion to get out of Dewa United's clutches, right? They can't escape from these engages. When Vincent uses the Shield Unity, he gets caught and he gets brought back to the team. Nothing can really save him from that. And for Dewa, they can create a very solid front-to-back composition here that can melt down the front better against Rebellion Zion's tanky members in the front. And we're going to take a look at the goal difference by Ube's Gold. Again, like you mentioned, even though Dewa have won 2 skirmishes for the neutral objectives, Rebellion Zion have stayed pretty equal due to just constant farming, very, very efficient farming by rotating their members, even highs, to the bottom lane. But you can see that Dewa are basically trying to mirror this. I would have expected Dewa to try to utilize Watt a bit more to siege, maybe top side, but they want to move S4 constantly around the map, just like they did in MDL.
Ooh.
Good awareness there, right? I mean, he popped the conceal, but now Shield Unity might actually find a body. Lunaya now crashed down. Good hook, good suppression. Take a look at the burst damage here. Feather airstrike bot Lunaya very low, but it will be taken down by Vincent. It will be the trade though. It's a 1-for-1, but in the backside, Dixon was unable to take down Swaylo. Now it's going to be another re-engage, but it seems like the range will not connect. Take a look at top side. Cars having good time to take the tier 1 down.
He's just munching on it up until this point, right? And so Dewa United, they're committing to these team fights, realizing that they do have a man advantage, but here we go, Dewa.
Good, I'm offended, and you can see 2 members will be taken down. Keys with the double. Again, just pre-turtle. And looking at the situation, Rebellion will not be able to contest. Now Vincent getting invaded. Feather airstrike popped. Watts dealing damage. Torn memory popped as well. Good stun under the turret as Swaylo struggles to find a good position. Dewa United, very good control.
They overwhelm Rebellion with so many actions at once that Rebellion can't really face it head on. And that skirmish earlier just amplifies Watt's aggression. Watt's aggression hasn't really been utilized the past 2 weeks for Dewa United. And here you can really see that it can be utilized well with Shaco's aggression. Shaco's always been that crazy aggressive roamer, but he thinks and he always decides and filters when to go in. When he sees a proper way to go in and when to go in, he will take that shot. He will not be gun shy. And there's another opening here for Dewa.
Oh, Feather airstrike. Vincent now isolated. It's a 5v4, 4v1. But it seems like Vincent will be able to tank for now. Total part memory though will find the kill as Rebellion will lose another fight. It's 6-1. Dewa United, what's going on?
2,000 gold lead here, Gani Mirko. This is not the outcome that I think a lot of us were expecting, as it looks like they're dealing damage onto Audi TZ, really just poking him down and preventing him for opening up opportunities for his team to look for pickoffs in return. And I like that you mentioned Shaco earlier. I understand he's been able to find those opportunities, look for those plays, and I think it's really facilitated Dixon as well on the Lapu Lapu. And Dixon on this Lapu Lapu has been doing a really good job with his winning conditions, right? He goes into the back line, he cancels out Swaylo most of the time and is able to zone Highs more away. And I don't think Highs is at the point where he has enough damage to shred through Dixon up until this point.
Definitely not, and yeah, that's a very good point. Dixon is also one of the key pillars here for Dewa United back in MDL too. The reason that this Lapu was working so well is because, again, he's acting kind of like a distraction just to destroy the front-to-back formation of Rebellion Zion. Why it works so well is because that Bravest Fighter is anti-CC.
Okay, it's going to be a purple invade here. Feather airstrike pop. Take a look at the colors here. Flickering away. Wow. Dewa United, even though with the pressure, it seems like Vincent will still be able to take the purple.
Okay. I'm a bit confused now. Suelo just picked up COD here.
They're really, really behind from the mid lane due to the four-man lineup from Dewa constantly rotating across the map. But what I do want to talk about is, at first it was weird. Beatrix lane swap bottom lane, trying to go for farm, and Dewa, instead of going and punishing top lane, but wait.
Oh, feather airstrike combined with I'm offended and cars. Good night. Torn apart memory will take him down. Mid turret falls as well, as Dewa United will most likely claim and commit to this first Lord Rebellion. They have no play here.
No, not at all, because they've been shut down from the start. Again, to finish my point, Beatrix earlier, lane swap, another hook.
This might be it though, the only play. Shaco will lose his mortality. Take a look at Dixon. Brave a spider towards the backside. Forces Suelo to use the flicker, but Lanaya will stay composed and take down the Lord.
No fight. Okay, there you go. So, Beatrix, lane swap. And Dewa United decide to put Want in the bottom lane instead of actually capitalizing on that fact and getting a free turret up top. Why? It's not for turrets mainly, but it's to shut down the Beatrix. They know that in all the games that Rebellion Zion have won, not all, but most, it's Highs getting free space to farm. That mid-game power spike hits, and then they can look for 5v5 team fights across neutral objectives and secure everything. Now, Dewa, they have played into that. They have adjusted their gameplay to go up and shut down Highs really, really well. Sure, right now he still has core items, but the fact that he doesn't have a gold lead is already quite strange for Highs. You always see Highs on a gold lead early on or in the mid-game like this, 11 minutes.
But with that being said, Mirko, I think there was like a window of opportunity that Dewa United Esports could capitalize over on the fact that Highs is behind, but he just secured that Malefic Roar, and then we saw the damage coming through onto Dewa United. So this entire situation, it now can be flipped. It's so volatile that I think power can still be taken back by Rebellion Zion.
Definitely. This is not a game that Dewa United have in the bag just yet. It is favoring Dewa, but Rebellion can still wait for that power spike to hit. Now it has hit, but this power spike will be severely, well not severely, but significantly weaker than the Brody's power spike. So even though he's got his items, Brody still has more power in this point of the game. Now if it goes later, maybe even above 15 minutes, that's where Dewa needs to be very careful, is how they approach these team fights. Highs will be #1 in their priority list, and this is why for Dewa, that Farsa and Lapu will play a big part in these team fights. I'll be looking at Dixon and Kaze as to who they're targeting in these fights.
I agree. And with everything that you said earlier on, we take a look at the player's gold, and Highs is catching up. He's super close to Watt up until this point, and I think that that is a concern for Dewa United Esports. And with that being said, Dewa United, I think they want to push as much as they can here with this invade.
Good retry by Vincent here, and it seems like both teams, even though it's still 40 seconds on towards the next Lord, they will not pull the trigger to fight here. Both teams playing it very, very patiently. Both teams playing it very, quote-unquote, disciplinedly.
I think they need to up until this point, right? Because let's say Dewa United go a little bit too aggressive. It just ruins the entire strategy that they were planting from that early game to control the gold coming in from Rebellion Zion.
This 4-1 strat that Dewa has it revolves around neutral objectives, right? The 4-1. And so if there's no neutral objectives or if there are no buffs to take, nothing at all of value on the map, then they will not push. Now though, they're trying to collapse down below. They know Highs.
Oh, feather airstrike. Highs a more health HP. Lanaya on the hunt. And it seems like Josuelo and Audi will provide buddy cover, but take a look at the stun. Take a look at the collapse. Audi TZ gets taken out. Suelo as well. Vincent now sandbagging the damage that Dewa United gives, but it seems like Cars will be able to provide cover as well. He is mounting Dixon, but the follow-up damage isn't there. He gets taken out instead by Watt. Watt claims unstoppable, and this is the prime time for Dewa United to pull the trigger. But it seems like here, they want the base turret. Feather airstrike popped. Tier base turret taken out. Shaco, and as well as Audi gets taken out still. Dewa United now with the waves, it seems like will not be able to end the game just yet. They will, though, secure another base turret. Meanwhile, take a look at Lanaya. He is securing the Lord. All dubbed for Dewa United.
That was perfect execution by Dewa United Esports. They looked for a collapse onto Highs, didn't catch it, but in return, they were able to take 3 members down. And then there was that split second of shot calling. It's like, do we try to end this or do we go for the Lord? And they were like, why choose one when we can do both? And that's exactly what they did. They were able to get 2 inhibitor turrets, a Lord, and just dubs all over, pushing them to a 7,800 gold lead.
That subversion, man, that was so beautiful for Dewa. Again, for Rebellion Zion, they have basically been programmed to think that Dewa will always go for neutral objectives, will always go for things on the map when it is up, when it has spawn. Lord spawn, and instead of going to Lord, they went full conceal into that bottom lane, knowing that Rebellion will try to mirror. So the subversion of expectations from Rebellion's expectations by Dewa was great. But yeah, when they subvert, they don't fully commit as well. They go for the fight, they get the fight, but that discipline is still there. Lanaya, he's a very macro-centric jungler in MDL, and that's what made him special. And you can see the decision here.
Oh, good hook. Will this be the answer? Shaco now loses immortality, gets taken out by Cars. Lord still 90% HP in the mid side. Dixon pops the bravest fight of hook though. Let's see, will he be able to survive? Flickers out of the way. Cars gets taken out. Suelo, it seems like Suelo now looking for the opening. Lanaya soaking damage. Lord needs to be managed. Vincent, quite low, gets taken out by what? With the double. And it seems like the base is too exposed as Dewa United will claim the W for the first game.
Against all expectations, ladies and gentlemen, you